Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Chris and Tammy here coming to you live from Toronto, Canada. It's a real pleasure to share with you the wonderful opportunity and the story of GotBackup. So, first of all, let's welcome all of you to here bright and early. Certainly appreciate you. We have Anna Loredana from Orlando. Welcome. Robert, welcome. Nice to see you here. New Tools, thank you so much for your welcoming and your hi. Welcome. Nice to see you. Myra Paul, hello, hello. Welcome from Ottawa. And we have here Mundo Marketing from Argentina. Beautiful. Welcome. We have Scully here from there's no location. Welcome, welcome. We have MC from Texas. Let's see here. We have Mundo from let's see, I lost you here. Where were you? From Miami. No, Miram, Florida. Welcome. We have here I am profitable. Welcome. Nice to see you here. We have Esperanza from Panama. We have Rochelle. Great to see you here. Welcome. We have Nick from Hamilton, Ontario. And we have Teresa from Philadelphia. Welcome, welcome. And welcome all of you that are going to be joining us as the presentation is taking part here. So Tammy, let's share with the audience, how did we get introduced to GotBackup?
Yeah, first of all, I just wanted to say welcome, everybody, for joining us here this evening. And Chris and I, we've been in the network marketing industry for 27 plus years. We've built global businesses, and Joel is the owner of GotBackup. He is a very good friend of ours, and we've known him for 20 plus years, Chris. And we're going to share this throughout the story that we're sharing tonight, the presentation. And when he contacted us a couple of years ago, he was telling us about this new project called GotBackup, and he was really excited about it because within that first month, they really exploded. And he was saying that he was quite nervous to connect with us because he wasn't sure if Chris and I would be open. So that just goes to show you just never know when people are open. And long story short is we looked at the information pretty well the same as what you're seeing tonight. And it was such a no-brainer to be part of this because we are in the digital space. And it's a business that you don't deal with any shipping. It's truly global, and it's at a price point that everybody can do, which is really exciting for anybody who wants to build a global business.
I totally agree, Tammy. And folks, again, Tammy said it right here. We're dealing with an opportunity that provide a service that every single one of us need at a price point that every one of us can afford, with a really great opportunity. And that's what we were going to share with you here. So again, we saw potential for families globally to be impacted by this venture. Tammy and I have made some friends from all over the world, and we know that the economy, inflations, and we can go on with the tariffs and everything else happening. Things are not easy right now. We're going through a lot of changes, and it's important that people are able to fit in. And that's exactly what we have here for you this evening. We saw potential for massive growth and success, and really a time where people can turn their dreams into reality. I love sharing this slide because it's a representation of real life. You can see here the father just kind of showing off the set of keys. They just moved into a brand new home. Is not what a lot of us can do, especially when we started a new family and we're just kind of getting started in life. And we know today the cost of living has increased so much that getting into a home, it's almost a bit of a fairy tale for many. And what if that was not an issue for you? What about traveling where you want to, not where you can afford to? Is that a nice concept? What about adding new members of the family? We understand the cost of living has increased tenfold, and people are questioning, can we afford having a new family member? And that should not be the reasoning for not wanting a new family member. So we know that, what if that was not an issue? And, the last one on the far right, you can see here the hand with the little tree and representing investments, retirement. We know that today a lot of people's retirement have been slashed in pieces because of everything that's going on. And folks, I'm telling you that we're in a very exciting era right now. We just need to know where the trends are. And that's exactly what we want to talk to you about this evening.
Yeah, and we're all about helping people. And Chris and I are just average people who had a dream, and we wanted to have more control of our life, make the choices that we want to make, and not having to be in traffic every day like most people, leaving 10 hours a day and coming back home tired. We wanted to have all that control. And that's our goal, is to help people live the life that they truly dream on living. And to do this, obviously you have to put some efforts into it.
Exactly. And we'll show you all about this. Now, folks, here's the thing. The company began in 1997 from Gatineau, Quebec in Canada. Now they're located in Texas, USA. That's been over about 28, 25, 26, 27 years ago. And this is where I remember where Joel was telling me that they were moving, because I was actually a user of his service. This is how long I've known Joel. And they were saying that the fiber optic, the infrastructure that they had where they lived in Canada, couldn't support the growth that they were seeing. And that's where they went into an area that Microsoft and Toyota and Adobe and Google and many other big, large company are using to be able to support the bandwidth based on the customer base that they have. So they move into a 10,000 square feet data center. So instead of me sharing this in details, let's hear it right from the horse's mouth, where Joel is going to share with you exactly what's going on behind the scene. Let's check this out together.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So a couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. Hey guys, I just got a call from Chris, and the power went out. I wonder if can you guys hear and see me? Let me know if you can see me or hear me, guys. Oh, hey guys, oh good. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where Chris left off. He said he was doing the video. That's cool. So yeah, so what happened, guys, was the power went out in Toronto. And of course, I'm sure he doesn't have a generator in his house or whatever. So that's why he lost internet and so forth. So yeah, I don't know where he's at, but hey, why don't I stick around for 10 or 15 minutes and see if any of you guys have any questions or whatever, and so forth. Is there any guests here tonight? By the way, for those who don't know me, my name is Joel Therien, President and CEO of GotBackup. But, and then sorry, ad promptu, just logging in here and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, maybe I can give you guys an update. Let me see. People are texting me too, like what's going on, right? So just trying to think what I can share with you guys. The new funnel. Yeah, let me talk about the new funnel. Give me a sec to share my screen, and we'll go over the new funnel with you guys. Just let me pull it up. There we go. So yeah, let me come back. Let me share my screen. Give me a sec, guys. Present. Share screen. Alrighty, so let me add that there. So yeah, the new funnel here, guys, is doing very, very well. Great conversions. We've always had about 4% conversion on. There's two like this, right? So the new one is just your username. So replace Joel Therien with your username / get started. But why don't I log in and show you guys where it is in your members area, because it's in the back office. We did have a couple questions that way. So let me log into our demo account here. And so where I'm going for the new people who have no clue, like if you haven't been in your members area or you're not a member, we do give you all your marketing tools for free, of course. So if you click on Reseller Tools English, and you can see we have them in English, French, Italian, and Spanish. Here, the two top converting page. Actually, that's not true. Top converting page, because it's brand new right now, is this one. So the Get Started one here. And then the secondary top converting page is the autopilot page. And then the third top converting page is the first one here and stuff like that. So GB demo. So again, replace GB demo with your username, .GotBackup tour. And then down here as well, GB demo. And then it's just on the end / get started. So those are the two top converting funnels. So we're getting off this page here. So let me just go to the page again. Video here is really well received. We're getting about a 28% conversion on opt-in. And then after opt-in, we're getting about a 4% conversion from free to paid, which is really good. If you can get above 1% conversion to paid, you're doing very, very, very well. Chris and Tammy, please send me your referral link. Thanks. Hey, new tools. Chris and Tammy aren't here at the moment. So let me see. Oh, there's Chris and Tammy are there. No problem. Chris and Tammy are there out there. See how dedicated they are. Like they're probably so stressed out to the max that they're like, damn. So anyway, yeah. So is there any questions, guys? Since I'm here, I'd love to help you out as much as I can. Anybody brand new? Yeah. Why don't I demo the cloud? Yeah. Here's what let me show you also what we've been working on. Let me go back to this stage. Actually, give me a sec so I can show you stuff without showing sensitive information. Because if I show sensitive information, then, okay. Give me a sec, guys. Just logging into my own account here. Okay, there we go. So for those of you who are brand new and like what this is all about, so it's about cloud storage. And let me find, yeah, here we are. in my my cloud. Okay, so what we've been working on the most lately. So you have two sections in here. You have your backups, which are your computer backups and your mobile backups, and then you have your collaborate and share. Collaborate and share is things that you want to share with people across the internet and stuff like that. Hang on, give me a sec, guys. I'm losing the internet here a bit too, so give me a sec. Where am I? Give me a sec, guys. Okay, one more second. Sorry. So make sure I'm looking at the right stuff here. Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, this should look good. All right, like I said, guys, I'm just. How can you contact them, Chris and Tammy? New tools. How do you contact Chris and Tammy? Okay, let me bring this back up for you guys. So here in the backups, so like I said, we have the collaborate and share section. Oh, a new feature we just released that's going to go live tomorrow with the mobile app is some people have more than one iPhone or more than one Android. So it creates a folder called iPhone, and then it gives you the model number of the iPhone. So the point being is before, if you had more than one iPhone, it would upload it to the same folder here and get things really confusing for you. Now, if you have more than one iPhone, it's going to create a separate iPhone folder. And the same thing if you have Android. If you have more than one Android, it's going to create a separate folder for your Android so you can back up everything there and so forth. But what I wanted to show you, the main thing we've been working on the most and having a big challenge on, just because of scalability, but we're getting there, is under the computer backups. A lot of people are saying, hey, can you show the files? Okay. The reason why it's a challenge, and it's just a scalability issue, we're trying to figure it out right now, is if I open up my control panel here, you guys can see I have 513,000 files on my computer. Now I'm a pretty heavy user, but the average user backing up their computer has about 150,000 files. Now you combine that with about 70,000 people using it, and out of that 50,000 people backing up, it's coming out to be billions and billions and billions of files. Okay. So anyway, what's going to, when we can release it, and again, it's the number one feature we're working on, is people say, okay, right now you can see that I have my files backed up, but I want to see my files in the cloud. So the challenge that we're having is just creating the billions and billions and billions of previews. As an example, if I go into our Facebook group here, we've been trying to get it up and running perfectly, but it's created some issues like this. Let me show you. I just got to come back to where somebody left me there we go, right here. So this is what's been happening on and off. Here is the preview servers have been kind of crashing out a little bit. And again, it's just because now we're trying to do previews for billions and billions and billions of files. And then, so anyway, let me come back to the actual feature here. Where did I put it? Here we go. So now, when you go to your backups, you'll be able to, when we release it, again, we're having some instability issues because every time we try to release it, it's creating billions and billions and billions of previews. So we just have to add a little more hardware into the mix, but then you can actually go in and see everything that's in your computer. So let me go from here. Let me go to my pictures folder. Let me go to Alania, Turkey when I was there. And now, so these are all the files that are on my computer. And then what we're also working on here as well is to be able to move it to your collaborate folder, and share folder as well. The download works just fine right now. I can download that, so it's going to prepare the file. Now, the reason why it's a part of a challenge too, don't forget, guys, everything is super encrypted in the cloud. So in order to download a version that's viewable, like this version here of this picture that's there, you have to decrypt it first and so forth. So those are the major features we're working on. And again, the cloud's always going to get more and more feature rich, better and better and better, to the point where we want to be better than Dropbox in features. And we're already better in Dropbox relative to what you get, which is 6 terabytes of space, 6 separate accounts and so forth. So again, this is the feature we've been working on the most. And it's just a bit of a challenge because every time we try to release it, it's creating billions and billions and billions of previews. Anyway, we're getting there. We're really, really close. Let me come back here, remove this, and see if there's any questions at all. Let's see. Okay, you can see and hear me. So any questions, guys, put them in there. I'm kind of looking at this. This is solely off the cuff. I really don't have my PowerPoint ready. And, hey, things happen sometimes and stuff like that. So any questions, don't be shy. And here's the other thing, if you're brand new, this is what's really, really cool about GotBackup, okay, is it's so simple that there are rarely any questions. And that's the key to success. Oh, we got, there's Tammy. Hello, Tammy. I guess, did the power come back on, Tammy?
It did. Yeah, Chris is coming in. So sorry for that.
So I don't know where you were in the PowerPoint or whatever, but I'm just trying to go through some stuff that we've been working on and stuff. So no big deal.
Yeah, Chris is going to come in. We were showing your video on you showing the server room, and yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm just seeing if there's any questions, guys. So, yeah, coming back to the cloud, what's really cool, like I was saying, there's really not many questions. And I just base it on the past, guys. Like when we used to sell web hosting and our autoresponder, which we still do, there was always hundreds of questions centered around, how do I set up a domain? How do I do this? How do I do that? With GotBackup, we've really simplified the process. And simplification is what creates the duplication, guys. So that's very, very important. There's Mr. Gingras. I see him in the waiting room here. So, but anyway, yeah. Hey, Chris. Oh, no sound, Chris. No sound, bud.
Testing. Is this working now?
Yeah, you're working. So do you guys have a storm there right now, or just went out by fluke?
It's heat. It is so hot in Toronto right now, and ACs are going ballistic. And so I think that, I don't know if it's just our building or if it's a part of Toronto or maybe our area, the Mimco area where we are in Etobicoke. But anyway, the fact is I finally was able to get back in, and it was cool that you were sharing us actually some of the highlights and the new funnel that's coming out. I was about to share that a little bit too. And let's see here.
Cool. So one person says here, because I asked if that, how do we reach a live trainer? Gene, the best thing to do is to be on the webinars on Saturday. Chris and Tammy do an amazing job. And again, get into your members area and watch the videos that are there, because it really is a very simple product. Like we cannot, now if you want to do one-on-one training, we can do that for you. It would be like $75 to $80 an hour. But we really can't do one-on-one training, guys, because the product's $9.97, right? So you really got to be able to do your own homework here, Gene, as well. And let me tell you this. When you first look at something the very first time, it always looks like rocket science. But if you get into your members area, so let me just share that one. Let me add this to the stage if I can. Remove other media. It says I have other media in here. I can't add it to the stage. That's weird.
Chris, you got something there?
Yeah, I was going to try to share my screen just to show them where to go. But basically, Gene, when you first log into your members area, watch that. There's a video right in the members area that says, watch that video first and so forth. But anyway, let me stop sharing. Oh, there we go. It's because it's got the PowerPoint. Where'd the PowerPoint go? There we go. There it is. So I don't know, Chris, do you want to continue where you left off? Do we want to just talk a little bit about all the things that are coming and stuff that we're working on?
I think we'll ring it. And the fact that you're here, Joel, let's take advantage of this. Let's kind of move into maybe let's talk about let's see here. I mean, it's up to you, Joel. I know I kind of caught you by surprise here. I don't want to hold you.
It's good. I'm good.
Yeah. So maybe, Tammy, we can just very briefly, because I know there's some new folks here. And folks, just I apologize again for the way this whole thing is turning out. It is what it is, and you just adjust.
You can at least tell it's not pre-recorded, right? It's actually live.
Absolutely live. And as a matter of fact, folks, what we just talked about here in a presentation is we were sharing the server. Joel talked to you a little bit what's going on. One of the main reasons why this opportunity is so attractive right now is because we're part of two major trends. And let's just kind of start from here, Tammy, and maybe cover one of the main reasons, starting with this global trend here.
Yeah, well, we're really living in a paperless world today, which is really great. And everybody is filling up their devices. We get calls almost every day of people saying that their devices are full, that they need to do something about it. They joined GotBackup, and they needed a little bit of support. So it's amazing on how organized, Joel. I've never been structured in a way that I'm structured with the Got Backup app, with everything structured in folders and everything like that. And it's easy access for me to grab things. So I just wanted to let everybody know that while we're sharing this slide, because I'm sure that everybody wants to have more structure. And before, I had Google Drive here, I had Dropbox there, I had stuff all over the place, and now it's just amazing on how structured I am.
Yeah, and it's really cool as well, guys, because when you have your mobile phone, and since we're kind of going off the cuff, Chris, I didn't mean to cut
No,
you
no,
off.
you're fine. You're totally fine.
But what's really cool is once you have the app, guys, it gives you access to all your data, meaning anything that you've uploaded. Like, people think, okay, well, what's the sense of backing up my phone? Well, of course, you can have access to all your phone, but it puts everything into your cloud. Like Tam was saying, it organizes and does everything for you, which is really, really cool. And just giving you like a live practical story on that. About 7-8 months ago, my wife became a U.S. citizen. And in doing so, when we were there, she forgot one piece of paperwork. And they were about to shut down the ceremony. And what was really, really interesting was they're like, you need this piece of paper. And if you don't have this piece of paper, you're going to have to come back in 8 months. And in 8 months, you can become a U.S. citizen. For those who've ever gone through the whole immigration and stuff like that, it takes a long, long, long time. So we realized, because the ceremony was about an hour from our house, we weren't going to have time to go back to the house, grab the files, come back. And then it just dawned on her. She's like, wait a minute, it's in the app on my phone, because she has direct access to everything because she has the app on her phone. And she got the right paperwork. They were able to print it off right at the ceremony. And thankfully, she became a U.S. citizen. And so like you were, and the point is, Tammy, like you were saying, it allows you to organize everything into one location, which is really, really nice.
I totally agree. And in light of that here, folks, you look at the percentage of mobile traffic from 2011 to 2023, from 6% to 60%. And Joel kind of give you a practical reason behind this. The size storage here, as far as revenues, folks, in 2022, they were about $90 billion in revenue. They're predicting by 2030, I think it's conservative, it shows close to $500 billion in revenue. I think it'll be 3/4. And you just can see everything, accounting, everything is on the cloud. My accounting is on the cloud. Everything that I do is on GotBackup. And I share my GotBackup directories with my accountant. And at the end of the day here, folks, more and more and more people are going paperless. So that is going to grow absolutely massive. And one of the main reason is the cell phone addiction. Tammy, let's touch on that briefly.
At the end of the day, we're using our devices for everything. So people are constantly on it. They're filling up their devices. And again, we're in a paperless world. So it's great.
I totally. And you too, listen, I can't send you my referral code. It wouldn't be fair for everybody watching here. Feel free to contact with me personally on my Telegram group or WhatsApp, and then we can chat, okay? So thanks you for that. I really appreciate you wanting to work with us. Now, one of the main thing here, folks, is data loss is a growing concern, right? 45% of cell phone users have accidentally damaged or lost their data. Think about it, folks. This here contains your entire life. And imagine that you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years of pictures. Like Joel has a story that one of the reasons that actually triggered the idea of GotBackup, and you lose decades of soul data, if you understand my meaning. This is really, 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 that's quite dramatic. 5,700 screens cracked every hour, laptop, cell phone stolen every 43 seconds. And here's a message that some of you might be familiar with.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, when Joel was connecting with Chris and I, we were getting messages like this. And I think a lot of people are getting them more and more because we are filling up our devices. And you have two choices. You either pay more or you end up taking the time, and who has the time in today's world to go through your stuff and have to eliminate some really important things. So yeah, I love what value that Joel brings for GotBackup. And I know, Chris, you didn't really go through it that much, but you get 6 terabytes of storage. You have on your account, you can have 5 additional members, so 6 accounts for $9.97, by the way. There you go. And unlimited devices. And when I saw this, when Joel was sharing this with us, for $10, I was like, oh my gosh, we live in a condo here in Toronto. And as I look around, there's full of families in our neighborhood, and families need this package. I mean, everybody's looking for value today. And the fact that it's a home-based business and people can earn by telling other people, it's such a no-brainer to be part of this.
I totally agree. And the fact here, folks, some of you may be using iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive. Listen, with everything else that GotBackup is implementing, I'm not kidding, guys. We're going to have the best of everything. It's a buffet where you got everything for nickel and dimes. I'm not kidding here, because you know that if you look at the price tag of iCloud, Dropbox, and Google Drive, it's all within the $10 mark, within 2 terabytes. But look at this here, folks. Yearly, we're just shy of $100. Again, 6 terabytes. Not only that, but also you have unlimited devices. Every single device you have. And I'll show you at the end very quickly, if you stick to the end, on how I'm organized with all my devices. You look at the price for iCloud, Dropbox, and Google Drive. Now, don't quote me on the exact amount, because things might have changed a bit. But you can see that we're very, very competitive. And that doesn't include the fact that we have all the marketing tools that Joel was telling you about. I assure you that none of these companies, and even traditional network marketing companies, do not offer all of this stuff. That's what makes it so attractive. So tell me, let's summarize what people get with their package of $10 a month.
Yeah, so you get 6 terabytes of storage, $9.97 a month, and that includes up to 6 accounts. And what I love about what you've done, Joel, in allowing you to give whatever space that you want to give to your family members, I think that's awesome, because some people need more than others, right? And then you've got Android, iPhone, any device. And you saw the video. I know that we kind of got cut off on part of the video, but it's there. It's available. Anybody who's a member that is in tonight's session can share that with you. It's a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. I don't know anybody who would set everything up and cancel and want to go back to paying more money for less value, really.
Absolutely agree. And thanks, Joel, for answering Marlon's question here. And folks, listen, that's another thing that people sometimes don't realize. This is the only cloud storage that pays you, and it will pay you very well as you are seriously building your business. And let's give you a little kind of summary of how this works. So tell me, let's start with the first 3.
Yeah. So just quickly, you got 7 ways to earn. And the first 3 that are highlighted is really where we're going to focus. So customer acquisition bonus, CAB for short. That's when somebody wants to become a member and they decide whether they want to pay monthly. If they want to pay yearly, they can pay yearly and save a couple months of payments. I think most people do that. And you'll get 200% upfront. If somebody decides to come in monthly, you'll get 50% upfront. If somebody comes in yearly, and you get 25% on the VIP or anything that the company rolls out in the future. You've got customers on the bottom. You can see it's 25% ongoing. So let's just make a couple examples really quickly. If you have 20 people that join, and they join at the $9.97, that's 200% upfront. So it's $20. We're going to round it off to $10 that they're paying. So $20 times 20 people, that's $400 in commission. You're not limited the amount of people that you can bring in. And I know that we're growing very, very fast right now. It's expanding huge globally. I'm going to let Joel share some information with Chris. I'm just going to do one more example. So if you have 20 customers, that's 25% ongoing. So rounding off the $9.97 to 10, that's $250 times 20 customers. That's $50 ongoing every single month. And again, you're not limited to how many customers you bring in.
And remember, folks, Tammy talked about the $10 price point. A lot of people, in fact, a majority of people pay for the year. That's a $50 payout. This is one of the most generous payout that I have ever seen offered by a company, giving you 50% of the enrollment. So this is, multiply that by 20 and do the math, or 50 or 100. Some people have sponsored thousands of people. Do the math. So this is the front end. Okay, that's, if you want cash really quickly, that's the way to go. Bring people on board and just show them exactly how to back up their stuff. What I'm about to show you, that's the back end. This is what happened. This is your residual. That's a retirement plan. Talk about cycle earning. Understanding cycle earnings, we have a 2-team tree. There's a right side, there's a left side. If you bring 3 people, well, 2 will end up on one side and the other one on the other side. You understand what I'm saying? So let's look at this example of the cycle bonus. There's 2 tiers, tier 1 and tier 2. Tier 2 is actually 3 times as much as tier 1. I'll explain to you how to get to tier 2 and tier 1. It's really simple. The first thing is you need to be active. Just like you're paying your membership with Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, whatever you're paying on a monthly basis, same thing here. You'll be able to access your cloud and back up your stuff, and you also qualify to receive commission. But number 2, you need to enroll 2 people. 1 person on your left, 1 person on your right. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. When you do that, now you're qualified. But to earn the bonus, number 3, it needs to have a total of 6 members in your business, either that are bring in by you, or based on the 2 people you brought in, they brought in the difference, or someone above you sharing the same leg as you, because again, we all have 2 legs. If you bring more than 2, obviously it has to end up on one side. So most likely you may see some spillover if someone above you is active. So you do all of that, then the moment there's 6 people, a ratio of 4 to 2, it generates a cycle bonus. That is based, one cycle is based on the company's profitability in a month, and it's also based on your rank. As I mentioned, there's 2 tiers. So my question to you is, how many cycles do you want? I know Tammy and I are aiming for 10,000 cycles. So we keep building, we keep presenting, we keep sharing, we keep educating and training, and we'll talk about that in a minute here. Now, number 3, this is the mother lode. This is really interesting. That's residual. That's kind of like royalties. So what happens here, what you see is when you reach a Sapphire level, and again, I'll show you the rank in a moment here, you're at 25% from every single person that you brought in based on the cycle they've earned. You will earn 25%. If you sponsor me, I cycle 100 times, you will have 25 cycle, whatever the value of that cycle is, up to $1,000, folks. So if you brought in 10 people or 20 people or 100 people, you do understand that every single one of them have the potential to earn up to 20,000. I'm not saying this is what you're going to earn. This is the ladder of possibilities. So again, I want you to understand something as I'm sharing this with you. Dropbox has 700 million users. 700 million. You take a little tweezer of that and you put this into this equation, the income potential is mind-boggling. This is how amazing that is. And it doesn't end there. There's number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. These are bonuses that are added on to you as you build a business, as you move up in rank. So here's the thing, Tammy, let's summarize very quickly. Someone say, okay, how does that work? What do I need to do?
Yeah, super simple. You get yourself signed up, and then you bring in your first 2. You put 1 left, 1 right. Chris showed you in the diagram of the 2-team structure. And then you go out and do the same thing, get a couple more people, and you duplicate that within your organization. And the more simple you keep in your building process, the faster it's going to grow, because people are busy in today's world. So the simpler you keep it, everybody can duplicate. And $20, that's an annual fee. It's so little. I mean, I've been in traditional business and it costs a lot of money. And so it's $9.97 a month or $99. You see the highlight on $99 because most people
better value.
They prefer, the value for sure.
Now, I just find out today that we have another country that was just represented here in Bangladesh. That's 161. Joel, it's crazy. I mean, how many countries there is in the world? I think there's like
95.
I think it's 194 or 195, something like that.
So we're about to be in every single civilized countries around the world here, folks. This is absolutely amazing. That's just to give you an idea of the representation that we have in the world. And one thing that's important, folks, is recognition. And babies cry for it, adults die for it, folks. And this is how it's represented. right? This is the ladder. And based on your rank, it's what will determine how much of these commissions that are going to be paid to you. As a bronze, that means you sponsor one person. As a copper, when Tammy talked about you sponsor one on the left, one on the right, the system that we talked about here, that is exactly what you need to do to become copper. The moment you brought in someone that does the same thing, boom, you become a silver. It doesn't even have to be someone you brought in, but at least as long as it is brought in by someone you brought in, then you become a silver. Now, as a gold, that means you sponsored 5 people, and out of that, 3 of them became copper. That means that the duplication is happening in your business. And because duplication is occurring, then as long as you have a total of 25 people in your team, that's combined from your effort and people above you and the people below you, then you're a gold. As a gold, you start earning 1, 2, and 3, and now number 4. Now, as a platinum, if you recall, there's 2 tiers in your cycles. Tier 2, folks, it's almost 3 times as much as tier 1. You want to be a platinum. How do you get a platinum? We need to sponsor 10 people, and out of that, 4 are coppers. 4. Now, it may not have to be the one that you sponsored, as long as it's run by one of them. It's a total of 40 people in your team. Boom, you're a platinum. Now, what's really cool as a sapphire, remember when they talk about the cycle match? This is, up to like 1,000 or 20,000 for every single person you bring in based on the size of their organization. Well, you got to be a sapphire. The sapphire is you don't need to bring more as long as you maintain your 10 people, which you've done when you were a platinum. And there's 5 people that are copper. That means that duplication is occurring, and total of 50 people in your team. Boom, you're a sapphire. And this keeps growing like this. Right now, Ghana is on fire, and there's a lot of new pin ranks that are coming in from West Africa and Ghana. And folks, again, people love US dollar all over the world. So GotBackup pays you in US, and the money could be deposited into your bank account, or you can use the credit card that they offer, whatever service that you choose to use, that is the portal to get your money back to you. Really, really, really awesome. I mean, we can go on and on and on here, but for the sake of time, Tammy, let's talk about the support that we offer here.
I'm going to let Joel jump in a little bit, Chris. We're taking over the session here. Go ahead, Joel.
Yeah, so everything that they've talked about so far, Chris and Tammy, so to clarify, the $20 reseller fee per year kind of covers some of the tools here. So $20 a year reseller fee, $9.97 a month for the product, or $97 a month for the product, a year, and you get 2 months free. Included in all of that is all your marketing tools. So all your affiliate pages, all your landing pages. And what's really cool, guys, is I'm one of the main things that I love in the business is the marketing side. So I'm always focused on conversions. Okay. So what's really nice is as long as you just send people there, right now with the new funnel we created, like I said, it's averaging about a 28% conversion. What does that mean? It means 28% of the people, or approximately 1 in 3 people, when they visit the page, are leaving their name and email address to find out more. As a newbie, you might think, well, if I have to create my own pages, like what converts, what doesn't convert, what graphics do I use, what headliner do I use? That is something, guys, that I'm on top of every single day. I wake up every morning, and the first thing that I do is log in and see what our conversions were like overnight. Meaning, okay, how many opt-ins that we got? And then on top of that, after people opt in, which means leaving their name and email address to find out more, we're seeing about a 4% conversion rate of people becoming a paid member. Now, that's primarily on cold traffic, okay? So not only are you just getting the tools, what I'm trying to explain is it's not just the tools. You've got a great marketing team. Like, I've been doing this since 1996, 1997. So we're always trying to get the best conversions for you guys. And I mean, there's a selfishness to that, right? Of course, like the better your conversions are, the more money you make, the more money you guys make, the more money corporate makes as well. So that's, what I'm saying is you're getting professional marketing people doing all of those pages for you. We even do your email marketing system. This is the biggest thing that people who come into GotBackup really underestimate what they have, okay? In conventional network marketing companies, guys, when you send traffic, you're sending traffic, they're getting the data. Now they're marketing to that data on your behalf, but you don't get access to that data, okay? Which is really important. With us, we gave you a professional email marketing system. If you went and got that somewhere else, like maybe even with our company at SendShark or GetResponse or Aweber, you're going to pay $25 a month just for the email marketing system. We included it for free because, write this down, the bigger your email list, the more money you make online. And that's where a lot of conventional belly-to-belly network marketers miss the boat at first, and something that I'm very, very passionate about. Just as an example, my income, without a doubt, and I don't want this to sound like arrogant or anything, but my email list is about 800,000 people.
Oh.
So when I have a list of 800,000 people that I can market to, as long as I treat them with respect and I don't sell them things that are scammy or don't work, every time I send an email, I can easily make thousands and thousands of dollars. Now you might say, okay, Joel, that's just you. No, it's very predictable, guys. You can expect to make about $1, between 50 cents and $1 every single month for the people who are on your email list. So if you have 300 people on your email list, you're going to make $150 to $300. If you have 1,000 people on your email list, you're going to guarantee make $500 to $1,000. If you have 10,000 people on your email list, you're going to make $5,000 to $10,000 every month. That's why we gave you the email marketing system, because that data belongs to you. Why do you think Facebook is worth billions and billions and billions of dollars? Because of the data and the data only, right? They monitor what you like, what you don't like, what you watch, what you don't. You guys have all, and their algorithms are getting more and more powerful. You can be watching a video on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, and if you watch it for more than 5 seconds, have you guys noticed that the next video that you click on is pretty similar, right? That's the power of data. So every time somebody visits your affiliate URL and they leave their name and email address, we get the data. We market to that data on your behalf, because we know that some people are scared to market to their data or say hi or say hello, but you have access to that data, and it's the most important thing that you can have. So that's included as well. And then, of course, you've got the great trainings from Chris and Tammy. You got great training and team support. And some people say, hey, can you do one-on-ones? Guys, $9. We literally get 30 to 40 people a day asking for one-on-one training. And what you're really doing is you're just overcomplicating it yourself in your own head. As long as you, Tammy, you're a perfect example. Like, you're not the most technical person, but when you joined GotBackup, you just dove in, and now you feel quite comfortable. Would I agree? Would you agree?
Yeah. Yeah. My emails, my conversion rate is doing much better in my email system. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm learning every day.
And I'm sure when you first got in there, you're like, oh God.
Oh my God, I didn't know what I was doing. I just watched the videos. And
that's all you really have to do is watch the videos.
No, it's absolutely amazing. And at the end of the day, folks, listen, we have a product that everyone needs and a business that everyone can afford. Mm-hmm. If you're here and you're wondering if this is going to work for you, listen, folks, you're not making $1,000 investment here. It's $10 a month. Or if you want to pay for the year, and again, it's money back guarantee if you're not happy, just go to GotBackupLive.com. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. You're absolutely going to love this. Mm-hmm. And just very quickly, just to kind of touch on how this actually all works, this is my back office. And I'm not going to repeat what Joel shared, but I just want you guys to understand what's going on. There's also a cash contest. This is for the month of July. You got 15 days right now. And there's 10 places where the first, second, third, and fourth, you can see the amounts that are assigned to the places there. And from 5th to 10, $50 each. Okay, so this compounds on top of the volume that you earn by building your business. Really, really awesome. And the fact that I just want to focus on 2 things. And Joel touched on that here. We have the use this tool and the reseller tools. If you use this tool, it will take you to this page here. And you can see here that I'm using 59% on my cloud. And I actually bought some extra. So I have 7 terabytes. That's where you see that here. And if you click this button, it will take you to your cloud storage. This is what Joel was sharing you earlier. And just so you know, just like when you go to Dropbox or whatever, you just type in your GBU cloud. You don't have to actually click a button. The first time it asks you for your password, and that's what it is. So right now, like Joel, I'm actually testing that feature that Joel was talking about. And if you click on show these files, it's going to show all of this. These are the actual files that my computer has been backing up. Okay. So I'm actually going there for the very first time here, Joel. So it's really, really cool. So again, this is where you'll be able to access all your stuff. This again is with the software that Joel talked about earlier, which is right here. Okay. That little box over here. Okay. This thing here does all the backup. It's an incremental backup. Right now, to access this backup, you got to click the restore and get these files. But very soon, you're going to have that really cool, slick little button here, and then you're going to see all the files that are actually on your drive, which is really, really, really cool. The other thing here that Joel talked about very quickly is your cell phone. So if you go back here, if you go back to your mobile, okay, here we go. So this, if I had an Android device, it would say Android upload. Because I have an iPhone, it's over here. You can see here from 2024, I have 12 calendar month here. These are every single pictures from last year. If I go back to 2025, those of you who's been following our presentations, you'll notice that back in January when we were in Florida, there was only one directory and a second one and a third one and a fourth. So because the year's coming is moving ahead, and all my pictures are automatically backed up there. Another thing too is you can go ahead and drag and drop files from your local directory. So for example, here I did a whole bunch of videos that we're working on. And for example, here we did a training on emotional intelligence, and these are all my videos. I just put them all here. That we're building an amazing training support that we have in our VIP program. So my point here, folks, is it's just amazing, and it's so fast. It is absolutely so fast. And the other thing I want to touch on it very quickly, if you go to use this tool, again, Joel talked about it earlier, right over here. These are all my funnels. If you are building a network marketing business, I guarantee you that you'll spend anywhere between $50 to $250 a month to be able to create funnels. Not only that, but you also need an email program to be able to capture all of these leads that are coming in. We call them autoresponder. All of that is included with your $997. It's unbelievable. So when people turn around and put their name and email, so that's the one that Joel was just talking about. I'm really looking forward to promote this one over here. It's absolutely amazing. You click on that, that will be your ID. And then when people put their name and email, it ends up into your list that you have complete access with through the lead capture system, which Tammy and I have done many trainings on Saturdays to help you how to manipulate all of this stuff. So folks, listen, I'm going to stop here because there's so much to talk about. But folks, at the end of the day, it's just amazing what we have to offer here in GotBackup. And the fact here is it's a product that everyone needs and a price point that everyone can afford. And the income potential, listen, Tammy and I are making a living, and we have a really nice living. We have a great property in Toronto. We have a great property in Daytona Beach, Florida. And GotBackup is a big, big part of our lifestyle. And by the way, I noticed that we have Dennis here from Ghana. You should be in bed. It's quite late for you here. We have many, many friends from there, right? So at the end of the day, folks, it's a great opportunity. And I highly, highly, highly recommend for you to get involved. Don't procrastinate on this. Don't nickel and dime that. Back up your stuff. Understand how this works. Show up on your Saturday call. You don't need one-on-one, folks. We have everything we offer is recorded. You can go back. You can pause it. You can listen to it again over and over and over 24/7. So as we end this session here, Joel, anything else you want to share?
No, it's just, when I hear other people talking about it, like, maybe we do offer too much for too cheap, not literally. I'm not changing the price points, but it really is quite the incredible opportunity, guys. And the thing is, you're not selling something that's $1,000. You're selling something, like you said, that everybody can afford. And it's something that, even if they don't realize it yet, listen, guys, 1.3 billion people right now pay for cloud storage. 3.2 billion people worldwide use it. So some of them are using the free services, which only gives you 20 gigs. Well, if your hard drive in your phone is 500 gigs, that's like not even 10% that you can back up. And 1.3 billion people are paying for extra cloud storage now. And you can see in 3 to 4 years from now, it's not going to be 1.3 billion. It's going to be 4 billion, 5 billion, 6 billion, 7 billion, because everything is going to the cloud. One poor old gentleman, he must have been about 85 years old, called our support line, because we have a phone number too, saying, "What's your fax machine?" And we're like, sir, we haven't had a fax machine in 20 years. You know, like that's just where everything's going. Everything's digital. So yeah, just go to, how do I get started? New tool says, just go to GotBackup. You know, here's the thing that I want, don't overcomplicate it in your head. Like new tool said, how do I get started? We already said like 4 slides ago, go to GotBackupLive.com. And if you can follow very simple instructions by watching the videos in your members area, guys, you will become a GotBackup expert within a couple of hours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not kidding. Each video is 5, 6, 7 minutes. You watch 4 or 5 videos back there. You start playing with the tool, start using it. You will become the expert. Once you're the expert, everybody comes to you for help, right? So just be resourceful, guys. Get in there, watch your videos, use the tool, and then you're going to have all the confidence in the world to be able to show it to people. Look, when I'm out and about, guys, all I do is I go, look, I actually use the product. I have it right here on my phone. Not only do I, look, all the movies that I don't have on my phone are from my computer or on my phone. I have access. This is a portal to every single piece of data that I have at my fingertips. And people are like, oh, that's cool. So can I back up all my family photos? Yes. Can I back up my PowerPoints? Yes. Can I back up all my critical contracts and documents for my business? Yes. It's becoming a time capsule for your whole family.
Yes.
Guys, the last thing I'll say, in my account, I have 7,500 videos that I've shot over the past 20 years of running this company. Like, what an amazing time capsule to show my grandkids and my great-grandkids, if they're interested. Probably my great-great-grandkids will go, I don't even care. I don't know who that guy is. But the point being, this is transferable to your family as well. And that's where everything's going. So awesome job tonight, guys. Really appreciate you both. And yeah, guys, go to GotBackupLive.com. Join. It will already track who brought you to the webinar. And it's backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's
Absolutely.
it. That's all. It's risk-free.
Yeah, and you too, if someone brought you in here, when you click GotBackupLive.com, it will determine who actually sent you the link, and that way you'll be placed accordingly. So listen, folks, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful evening. Sorry for the mess up here. Joel, thank you so much for thinking on your feet.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. No problem at all. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, and guys, that's what network marketing's about, right? It's about having each other's back for one common goal. You know what I mean? Like, I would do anything for those two at a moment's notice. There's no doubt about it. I'd do anything for any of you guys. So anyway, having a wonderful night, Chris and Tammy. Amazing job as always. Thank you, everybody. And we'll see you on the next webinar.
Thank you, everybody. Have
Thanks
a great
for
night.
joining, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.